Congrats to Minnesota. This one hurts. I mean, all of them hurt, but this one really does. The first thing, I'm proud of my guys for continuing to show up. We've not gotten off to the start of the season that we anticipated and certainly that we want. But I'm proud of them for continuing to show up and continuing to fight. I do really feel like that good things will happen for us if we'll continue to do that. This is a gut punch. If we can just get one defensive rebound the last two possessions, maybe it's a little bit different. But we didn't. They made plays. Salute to them. I thought we defended well enough to win, but we didn't win. So, again, disappointing, hurt for our guys, but proud of the effort.
Jeff, offensively, what were some of the biggest, you all made one shot in the final 6 minutes, went scoreless in the final 2:55. What were you not seeing from your guys in that time? What were the biggest shortcomings you were noticing?
We didn't make shots. I mean, I think it's as simple as that. John was having his way. They started packing it in, started going way under on ball screens, really just started, flooding everything down there. And, we got some good looks. We couldn't knock them down. We had some costly turnovers down there during that last part that really, really hurt us.
On the last possession before they made their shot, it looked like you guys did have something drawn up to go inside, but it was cut off and it led up to like a contested shot. Do you recall what the plan was there?
Yeah, we were going to try to get into a flat ball screen, and just to try to open the floor up a little bit, and allow JB, a chance to make a read off of it, and got to a spot we just didn't make the shot.
When you look at stats from this game, I mean, you hold them under 40%, you out-rebound them by 7, you turn the ball over 12 times. Is it especially frustrating because that's probably how you would want to draw it up, right? And that's where you would want to end up. You still come out a little lost.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to make more shots, obviously, and I'd like to have, not to have double-figure turnovers. But to hold them to under 40%, yes, that's absolutely what we would like to do. Has to be part of the recipe for us to win. And so it is, very disappointing that we did those things, but we didn't finish at the end. Again, the last two possessions that they had, the first shot defense was okay, but we didn't finish it out with the rebound.
Jeff, we can obviously look at John's point total and his rebounding total. Beyond things like that, though, what were the, most encouraging things that you had seen from him tonight?
I thought his defense was the best that it's been all year. I thought his ball screen defense was really good. He got on the floor for a loose ball. He was a guy that helped all over. We wanted to do that. That was part of our game plan with their fives, for the guy that was guarding their fives to be a helper everywhere. And I thought he did a pretty good job. I thought he did a really good job of that.
I guess this season he's had some uneven performances. He gets double-doubles in 2 of the first 3 games. Then the next 2 games, I think he has 9 points total. And now he followed up the 21-point game, I think, against UMBC with what he had tonight. How as a young player, or how for a young player, do you try or work to get consistency?
Well, it's something you certainly want. You try to teach him. One of the things, and again, we look at John as a freshman because he only got to play 7 games last year, and he had some really good games towards the end. We felt like he was coming on, but when you start to have some numbers like he did the first couple of games, then teams have tape on you. They start to game plan. They start to do different things. And that's certainly going to happen from these last 2 games as we move forward. And so it's little adjustments that you have to make, and just teaching them how to do those, to work harder, to do your work a little bit earlier, to be able to play through contact, to be able to play in a crowd, to make good passes, to not force it at times, to let it come to you. And I think he's learning that as we go forward.
Was there a challenge that you put to him? Because you talked in previous games about how he wasn't, finishing and he was getting tired at the end, but this one he was diving for loose balls late in the game.
Well, we talk to him all the time. I mean, it's something, again, with all these guys, we're trying to teach them. We're trying to help them get better. It's a process to become good. A good player individually and a good team. And we're learning how to do that. We're taking lumps, but we're learning. And the thing that I keep telling our guys is as long as we show up, keep showing up with the right attitude, the right mindset, fighting for each other, positive things will happen. It may not look like it now, but I'm a firm believer in that. And that's something we have to continue to do, individually and collectively.
Jeff, knowing your team like you do, how do you expect them to bounce back from this gut punch?
We'll be bounced back. We'll be ready to go on Friday.
John, I'm curious. I mean, at one point you had 16 straight points for this team. I mean, even from up here, you could sort of see the confidence and intensity that you were playing with. In moments like that, I'm just curious, like as a player, especially as a younger player, what does that feel like when you're in situations like that, in moments like that, where you're playing that well?
You know, just gotta just do whatever the best I could help my team win, man. You know, just trying to produce as much as I can.
John, what kind of things have Jeff said to you over the past week or so to talk to you about your game, what to work on, and, you know, how's he pushed you in the past week or so?
He's just been pushing me to be more confident and just, you know, stay poised.
What did you guys see in those final possessions, both offensively and defensively, that led to their comeback in the last minutes there?
I feel like there's a couple of defensive breakdowns. You know, just little things that we need to pick up on. Like Coach talks about, every little detail matters, and just the little things. I think that's really it.
John, how do you think this night can help you confidence-wise going forward?
I mean, just keep attacking it, man. Just keep playing with confidence. That's all I can keep doing.
You were coming off a really good game against BC, John. I think you had 21 points, made 8 of your 10 shots. When you're coming off a bad game where you maybe don't play as much, what kind of keeps you going? Like, what keeps you motivated? What keeps you engaged? And is it ever hard to be both those things if you're not playing as much or playing as well?
No, man, I don't put my head down about playing bad games. Just move on from that game and just look forward to the next game. Everybody have bad games. It's just what you go do the next game.
I guess, how do coaches talk to you in those kind of moments? Like, what kind of things do they say to you to, kind of keep up with you, keep you engaged?
No, Coach, he don't sugarcoat it with me. He let me hear when I'm having a bad game, and he tell me when I'm playing good. So it's like, just there.
As a player, do you kind of like that approach and the way that he deals with?
Oh, definitely.
What kind of game like this teach you guys? I mean, what kind of lessons can you learn from a tough loss like this?
Just close games. You gotta be better at closing games. You know, rebounding, taking better shots. There's just a lot of stuff we could work on.
I mean, I guess what sort of a role do you? I mean, based on what you've seen in these 7 games here so far, what sort of a role do you envision for yourself here moving forward, based on what you've seen, conversations with coaches?
Just someone that can come off the bench and provide energy for the team, give us a spark, lead the team, make other people better, all that type of stuff. I'm grateful to God and grateful to Coach having the confidence in me to put me on the court and just be out there to make plays, make everybody else better, not turn the ball over, and just be a good point guard out there.
Talking about that spark that you made out there tonight, how did it feel when you hit that left-handed finger hole, put you guys up by 8, on a 9-0 run? How did that feel?
It felt great. Just, knowing how much work I put in, and that's what I want to do, is just help the team win. So just being out there and being able to contribute to the game, it's a great feeling.
It seems like, you had been comfortable defending and setting up other guys passing. Are you getting more comfortable taking the shots yourself in the last couple
Yeah,
of
I think I am. A lot of that is from the coaches, is telling me they have confidence in me. My teammates all tell me they have confidence in me. And I think it's starting to build up, so I appreciate them for that.
What did you guys talk about after a Saturday to talk about on defense? Because you guys looked at least a lot more coordinated with a lot of your switches in this game.
That's what we are. We gotta be in order to win. We gonna have to play defense the whole game. If we don't play defense, we gonna lose. If we playing defense and we together, we win.
Yeah, I think they always talk about moving as one. We got to play defense as one unit. One person helps, the other person got to help, the other person just all moving on the string. I think that's the biggest thing.
What was it like in the I mean, I know you guys, like, the game just ended a few minutes ago, but what was it like in the locker room among you guys? I mean, that was a really difficult loss just in the way that the game went, the way it ended. I mean, what's the general feeling around the team right now, and how do you guys kind of generally feel after a loss like this?
Frustrated, man. It's frustrating. You know, next game though. Can't hang your head about this game. Move on to the next game. When we play Friday, Virginia. We got Virginia Friday, so just move on to that game.
You know, coming off of a loss like the UMBC game and then having this one, like, is it hard for like the feelings of frustration and disappointment not to kind of stack on top of each other? Like, how difficult is that to avoid?
I think there's a lot of times we've seen growth in the games as we go on. I think the UMBC game, our offense was really good, but our defense let us down. This game, I think we fought the whole time, and we just had to close it out, and we didn't. So I feel like we're right there, and that's the good part of it. I feel like we're right there, and we just gotta clean up a couple things.